Hello everybody, welcome back to the VOD review series I'm doing on my channel. If you don't know, my name is IFOnly. A little bit about myself: I've been playing the game for almost 7 years. I went from bronze to top 500 on console, and I'm currently high diamond, low masters on PC. Now today we are going to be looking at a member of my community, Saya. Saya is a gold 4 Hitscan player, and they write to me. I think my Cassidy was generally fairly solid, but I struggled a lot when I switched to Tracer, probably because of my aim. I know I have to work my positioning during matches a lot more and on improving my strafing. First thing, right out of the bat, I will never, ever fault anyone for having any kind of mechanical troubles. Mechanics are something that you will just get better at the more you play the game. The more you play any kind of game, your mechanics, no matter what you're using, keyboard, mouse, controller, anything, you will always just get better by using it more. So mechanics aren't really something that you need to teach someone. It's just something that they need to practice and grind out on their own to get better. So I won't fault anyone for having quote-unquote bad mechanics. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get right into this. We're playing Cassidy and Tracer on King's Row. I'm a big fan of King's Row and a big fan of Cassidy and Tracer, so let's see how this goes. Okay, starting out here, let's look at team comps. This is gold after all, so this is the time that you need to start looking at the compositions of both teams and figuring out how to play. First things first, you have to see if they have a one-shot character. This is King's Row, so Hanzo or Widow is usually fairly popular here. But you can see on the top of the screen, they have Brigitte, Symmetra, Mercy, Torbjorn, and Reinhardt. Your team: Ana, Hog, Lucio, Hanzo, and Cassidy. In terms of pure team comps, you guys should have a much easier time walking through, minus your tank. You guys are playing a very pokey type of composition, so I expect you guys to play a slower fight, not just try and rush into them with speed boost, hopefully. But your Hog should get a lot of value here because they don't have an Ana or anything that can really save their team if they get hooked in. So nice. Good target priority, looking at the Torbjorn, who is out of position instead of the Reinhardt. Okay. Reinhardt, he's low, so it's fine to shoot him now. But shooting him before, you could have been looking over by statue and shooting there. And another thing, you should never really be playing inside of hammer swing range unless you are forced to by, like, you know, like a shatter or something that like physically pins you there and makes you play in hammer swing range. You really shouldn't, especially because you are at 200 HP now, so it's very, very easy for him to just kill you. You ended up getting your Ana's nade forced defensively because you were taking hammer swings here, but you managed to get the kill. That's fine. Yeah, this is fine. Don't fan the hammer there. Fan the hammer is only really useful to break Sig or Ryan shield and maybe, you know, try and burn down tanks' health faster. Like, say, for example, they get slept, you want to fan the hammer, roll, fan the hammer, and so on and so forth. Other than that, against squishies, just look to try and line up shots, especially because that Mercy tried to res, and because you fanned the hammer, you didn't have any ammo to just headshot her when she was doing it. So try and save fan the hammer exclusively for tanky targets. Like, you could have killed that Torbjorn a lot faster if you didn't fan the hammer and you just shot normally. Against a turret, it's fine. But yeah, honestly, now... Okay, they swapped it up. Now they're on Orisa instead of Reinhardt, and you guys are the same comp. So the only real difference is your Hog's going to get negligent value because I'm assuming he's just going to focus on the Orisa, which is not good. In terms of your job, you're probably not going to change anything that you're doing. You don't really need to. You should be on point, though. Like, think of it like this. Your main support is gone. You don't have them right now. And you're pushing in at 54 HP. I get the Orisa's low, but you have to play for your own life and your own value more than trying to get value for the team. So hopefully you don't die here, but if you do, it's because you pushed in at an inopportune time. You don't need to take or control this space out here yet because you guys still have not capped the point. If they're getting respawns and they're trying to hold arches, that's their call to make, but your tank is not there with you, your main support is not there with you. It would be a different story if you had 4 people pushing in with you past this choke and 1 person capping, but you don't. So this is a very, very scary play to make. Okay, bailed out, never punished. It works. Okay, now your Mercy's back. Now your whole team is pushing in. Now would be a good time to walk in with your hog. That's fine. You cap, it is what it is. You wait at wall, that's good. Yeah, so far, nothing really, no like real egregious mistakes or anything like that. You know, you're shooting what you can. Okay. They just used a pretty major ability in a very bad spot. They used Kiri Step. Kiri Step is the only disengagement ability that she has. She can Suzu herself, but she is still right there in the middle of the fight, you know, when the Suzu wears off. So you should be thinking, okay, they don't have Step. So if I see the Kiri, you know, playing out in the open too much, I need to focus her down. She's like the primary target now because she can no longer step away. Nice, good follow up on the hook. Very good, very good. Nice, look toward Bjorn because he's out of position. Very good, very nice. Yep. I don't mind you shooting the turret, but you could have just walked forward. You had your Mercy there to heal you up. So you could have just kept walking forward with your hog. Also melee that. You fanned the hammer, you could have just meleeed. Nice, looking at Kiri instead of Arisa. Very good, very good. A little split target right there though. The Kiri was still low and you swapped onto the Brig. You should have just kept shooting the Kiri because if you did, then she might have died and she probably wouldn't have gotten her Kiri ult off. But nice. Ulting in reaction to their ulting, very good, very good. You saw that they used Kiri and they were trying to be aggressive and push forward, so you used your High Noon, knowing that you had your Mercy there with you in case you got too low. That is an extremely good play, and I am very, very happy you did that. Very good. Unfortunately, you used Valk, Hog, Hanzo ult, and your ult, which is not good, because they only used Kiri ult. But in terms of what was going on in your head and what you did, very good. Now you can just walk. Nice. Look at Kiri. Look at Kiri. Nice. Unlucky you used your roll to try and push in more aggressively. That's why you died there. No other reason really. The play itself was not bad, but you rolling into them to try and, you know, chase with your hog and get more damage in is what, you know, killed you there. But very good target swapping onto that Kiri. Very good. I'm very, very happy to see that. Okay, walking back into the fight here. Now, they changed up their team comp a little bit. They have a Pharah now instead of a Torbjorn. So, main priority right now, especially since she does not have a Mercy pocket, is just to make her unable to play the game at all. You just want to hard focus this Pharah until she either gets a Mercy pocket or is forced to swap off. So, your goal should just... Yep, nice. Very nice. Very, very good. So all you gotta do is look to just keep focusing that Pharah. Now, you died there because your hog wasn't alive and you tried to push back into the team fight. Your Mercy died because she tried to go for a really bad res. Honestly, you got the pick on the Pharah. You should have just been playing library corner here. Like, you got to pick on the Pharah. That's good. Just play here more. You know, poke a little bit. If this sim walks up on you, fall back this corner, poke a little bit, and wait for your team to get back. That's all you need to do in that situation. Yeah, other than that, good target priority. I am very, very happy to see that. You know, very, very happy. And Arisa's the only one you see, so you're shooting her. Now you should be looking up, trying to see Farah. Okay. Farah is playing on the opposite side of the wall. Your team is being dumb and they're pushing into the wall. You guys just need to hold this library corner now and wait it out. So yeah, see, what you are doing is very good, and it is what your entire team should be doing in this situation. The fact that your team is not... Okay, that was very risky. You don't really want to be playing out in the open in the middle of streets like that. So, in terms of positioning there, play closer to the corner. Especially because, you know, they still have the wall. You're probably not going to outdamage anything in that situation. So, just look to play closer to the corner. I don't mind this. A little bit of a flanking play. As long as you don't get yourself killed doing it. Okay. When it comes to flanking plays like this, you gave yourself away way too early, and you were moving during your shot. Nobody was looking at you here. Okay, let's back up a little bit. Right. See, you just fired 2 shots. Still, nobody's looking at you. If you were right here, right now, and you hadn't fired any shots, you could just sit there and, like, maybe line up an easy shot on the Kiri when she tries to, like, jiggle peek or something. When she tries to 80 strafe, and you're in a good spot to catch her during that. Instead, you tried to shoot the Kiri when she was moving in a weird pattern, and you yourself were moving as well, so it was harder for you to line up your shots. So if you wanted to go for this play, you would have needed to walk over here a little bit, stand still, and then line up your shots on an easier target than someone who was walking around and moving sporadically like the Kiri was. Because now, you get caught out, you end up getting a stick, that's fine. They Suzu. Hey, you force Suzu. Very good. And you got to pick on the Arisa. So all you need to do now is not die. You got good value. See, very good. Your flank ended up working out well, but it could have worked better, and you could have gotten like the pick on the Kiri at first if you know, weren't trying to jiggle around when you were initially shooting when no one was looking at you. But yeah, this is fine now. You're just getting picks, cleaning up.
How's it going?
Good flank. I'm happy that you made that play.
Hello. Hey there.
So your positioning isn't necessarily bad, because playing in this little cubby, jiggle peeking this corner is good. It's very good. The issue with it is your team is not playing in a spot right now to warrant this aggressive positioning. Because you're trying to play up where you would only really play up to if your tank was there with you. Okay, shoot more. You're in the middle of a fight. I think you were trying to look for maybe an opportunity at high noon, but you should have just been shooting more. Like, shooting down lane. Nice. Good fan the hammer usage. Nice. Good tracking. Okay. You saw they used Suzu. You saw the Kiri was walking out in the open. You should have just kept shooting her. Stim turrets, they can be deadly, but honestly, they're not that much of a priority, especially when one of their supports is still alive and in a very easy opportunity to shoot them. So, I don't mind you shooting the turrets really because it's cleanup phase, but their Kiri would have been dead faster if you know, didn't. Nice. I like the aggressive positioning. I don't like how wide you swung out here, though. You should be playing closer to your doorway. Something that should always be running through your mind, right, is how close am I to the nearest safest corner? In your situation right here, it's either right here in this little mega room, or right here, behind here. Where you are right now, it will take you like a second and a half to get to either one of those without using a roll. And that is not good. If they were a competent team and they tried to rush you down right here, or hell, the Bastion. If the Bastion uses Transform right here in front of you, Look at what he sees. He sees you standing out in the open, nowhere near cover. You should be a free, easy 200-0 kill. Because you're playing out here on the open instead of playing closer to this corner. Because the value you're getting out here, you'd be getting the same value, if not more, if you were playing by this corner or by this corner. Because you'd still be able to poke out and shoot the Brig, shoot the Orisa, and you'd be able to play more in cover to shoot the Bastion. And you wouldn't even be getting poked from the Orisa. So this is the what I was trying to talk about earlier when I said you swung out too wide. You have to be thinking about where your nearest safest corner is. So you're too far away from it. Is essentially the gist of that rant. So yeah, you should just be playing closer to the corner. It's fine just to poke out the Orisa right now, because their supports aren't really in a good position for you to shoot them at optimal range. Okay.
Double kill.
Very, very risky, but never punished. I get why you high nooned. You saw the Orisa was low. You saw that she didn't have her spear or her spin, but that Bastion was still transformed, and he almost got the pick on you. So next time, in hindsight, if Bastion is transformed, respect that. Because transform Bastion is one of the best things in the game. Other than that, Bastion is useless. So when you see a transform Bastion, you need to respect it, or else you more than likely will die. Okay. You should have noticed that there was a sim behind you on point, because you should be able to hear it, right? I hope that you're playing with like a headset and you can hear that. But yeah, just turn around earlier. Hanzo probably wouldn't have died if you did. Okay. Bad roll. You rolled out in the open into the enemy's space instead of staying in your safe space. And you didn't even like secure the kill on the Brig, so you just need to, next time in the future, just, don't roll there. You rolled into a bad spot and the roll was unnecessary. Also, don't fan the hammer squishies. Okay. So the fight is hectic, so I know why, but your target priority went out the window in that moment. You were just pumping shots into the Orisa, and you still are. You should be looking at the hard-scoped Ana sitting to the right, or the Brig that was walking into your backline. Because honestly, Brig was like turbo feeding that fight. And because you were focusing on the Orisa, she didn't die. And then Ana was just hard scoping, so she was also throwing because she was becoming an easy kill. This, just you playing out in the open, you should have realized that you were at low health still. And you should have been like screaming at your supports to heal you up. But you died because you were out in the open at low health. So, while you can blame your supports for that one a little bit, your positioning is ultimately what got you, killed that fight. And also your target prior or the fight before. Yeah, going to the next fight. You guys have a Reaper now instead of a Hanzo. That's fine. Well, they have a Soldier now instead of the Pharah. Okay. Honestly, good use of your role, but bad timing to do it. So you walked out into the open and you did it while everyone was still looking at you. You could have just walked through the door to your left instead of that. And good, now you have a Mega to play around. Nice. Okay. Nice. Don't stand still to shoot that in the middle of a team fight. Nice. This time you saved your roll to get out of a Orisa ult. Very good. The only issue I have with it is you should have waited a little bit longer to use it, because you used it so early and it pulled you to the other side of her. You weren't able to get out in time and you almost died. Luckily, your Mercy used Valk, so she can heal all of you at once. See, your tank is throwing this right now because they are down their tank. Actually, your tank died. My bad. How did he die? Let's look at that. So, he's full HP.
Seconds remaining.
Okay. He walks into a 3-beam sim and just gets melted. Mercy's healing him. So, honestly, that's not really on you, Hog. That's my bad. He did the right play. He saw that their tank was down and he tried to walk through the sim wall with the rest of his team. So you, your Reaper, your Moira, and your Hog were all thinking the right thing. Very, very lucky about that. You were out in the open at low HP. Your Mercy was rezzing something. If they got that visor off, this is a lost fight. But they didn't get the visor off, so you should just win now. Hopefully. Nice. Hopefully you 3-cap now. Okay. Honestly, you should just be sitting downrange a little bit and looking just high noon for space. Because you're about to cap, you don't really need to be in like a brawly position to fight or anything. You quite literally should have just been positioned over there to high noon and, you know, make them scared to push out. But nice. Good round. The only real things I had to say were, you know, very minor things on your plays and your positioning. But nice. Like you said, your Cassidy is pretty solid. I liked what I saw. Very good, very good, very good. I'm going to take this time between rounds to say that if you also want your VOD reviewed by me, join the Discord server, link in the description below, and put your replay codes in the VOD review channel. Okay, now back to the actual gameplay. So in terms of setup, defense, King's Row, I hope you don't wide peek that that top there. They don't have a sniper, I can see that, but you don't know that. So you should really be positioned by green doors here. This is a very, very powerful position. Or you should be playing by statue and looking to jiggle peek right here. But if they have a sniper, you really want to just be playing by green doors hard. Because your damage fall off is not enough to just 2-tap a Widowmaker sitting up there. So you really, really want to be careful whenever you are playing on this. Well, whenever you're defending on King's Row, because a lot of teams start with a Widowmaker at least up there on that window. So you just got to be careful about that. Think about your effective range compared to hers, and if you are able to even out-damage her. Yeah, see, right there, if they had a Widow, your head would be gone. Like, long gone. Because you were just sitting there like, not even jiggle peeking, 80-80 strafing out in the open. And you would have had to use your roll to get out of there fast, because you can only get, like, 1, maybe 2 shots in before she domes you. This is just playing too wide, not playing by green doors. Nice. You eventually backed up into a good position, but imagine if you were just playing there from the start. You wouldn't even need to back up, and you would be able to just apply more pressure still. You got a little lost, look for the Junkrat, that's fine. Nice. I like that off angle, actually. Like, really, really like that off angle. You realize that your Hog is playing in a bad spot. He's playing, like, way, way too close to the choke. And you wrap around for this off angle because you know their Rhine is just sitting right here with his shield up, walking on your Hog. So you can just get free shots behind the shield, which is exactly what you do. Very, very good. Now, you should have stayed there longer, like 100%. They don't have anything that can, like, easily rush you down. So you should have just stayed on that off angle more. So you eventually go back to it. Very good. That's just messed up target priority. You should be looking at the Junkrat right there. Also, right there, look at the DPS instead of the Ana in that situation. Because their DPS are playing here. Look at their Ana. Their Ana can't see them if they're playing right here, walking on you. That's a easy 1-2 shot. So, you eventually live, and they eventually die. But you could have killed them yourself. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Nice, good poking. Your hog feeds his goddamn brains out. So now you just need to keep backing. You need to try and get to arches so you can get a recontest in. You don't want to fight this anymore. Especially because your Mercy is, I think, looking for a res. Your Mercy gets a res, so this changes everything. This is very, very good now. You're walking through hotel to flank back around with your hog and your Mercy. Never expected hog to become a flank tank, but the more you know. This was just a mess up on your part. You should just continued through hotel instead of turning back around. Because since you didn't go through hotel, the soldier ended up killing your Mercy. Your hog still got to pick onto the Ana, and they only have brig heals now. Yeah, honestly, you died. You probably end up losing this fight because you didn't follow all the way through hotel to meet back up with your hog and your Mercy. But I'm assuming you lose the fight unless your hog carries this. Oh, no way! That's a huge pull. Huge pull from the Life Weaver.
Maybe a different angle.
But yeah, it's not enough.
Objective
And you guys lost the fight.
Stop the payload.
Yeah, you don't have to go back to, you don't have to go all the way to bad spawn. You can just stay right there and wait. Playing by libraries is a little too risky. I think you're just trying to get your Mercy back, but she's your Mercy's blind. It is what it is. It happens. It's fine. But I don't mind you trying to pull your Mercy back by playing up at library. But now, yes, this is good. You just play back by that corner right there. Yeah, you're backing up a little too far. You can play by the one corner in front of you. You could be playing by like that corner right there. Because you had your Tor back, you had your Zen back, and your Hog is back now. Okay, I don't mind this, but you have to make sure that whenever you go on a flank, especially on a non-mobile character like Cassidy, you have to make sure that you go second, which means that the enemy team should all be looking at the fight that's happening at that moment. So when you swing out with your flank, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people looking at your team instead of you. So you can get like 2, maybe 3 easy shots off before they notice that you're there. Right now, it's not bad. There's 3 people looking forward, but the soldier is still spamming up here. The Ana knows that there's people up here. The Junkrat just threw a concussion mine up here. So you just have to be very, very careful because they know that someone's on this flank. Yeah, their soldiers just standing still throwing. It is what it is. Okay. They tire your hog. Nice, you get a huge res off, but she trades her life forward again. Flank Noon. Watch the sleep. Oh. Okay, you got the soldier. Nice. Ooh, 1 HP. Very scary. Oh, yeah. See, I'm not going to yell at you too much for this play, but it was badly timed. If you wanted to do this, you needed to do it way, way sooner. Because the time it took you to wrap around through that hallway to get in position for that flank high noon, you already lost the fight. So, good play, fun play, but you need to be wary of sleep dart, and you need to be paying attention to what's happening in the fight right in front of you. But nice try. That's all I gotta say. Nice try. Alright, next fight here, you guys swapped over to a D.Va. You have D.Va, Zen, Mercy, Torbjorn, McCree, Cassidy, McCassidy. So, honestly, you guys have a lot more brawl than they do. They have a lot of poke. So. Yeah. So in this kind of situation, your D.Va should more be playing to just hold down the front line with micro missiles and using boosters as a way to disengage rather than trying to hard in onto one target with the rest of your team. Your Mercy, honestly, is feeding her goddamn brains out this fight, but hey, it happens, it's gold. Okay, pushing into a nano visor is a bit odd. Your D.Va was actually eating all of that, so it gave you plenty of time. So if you didn't push in there, it would have given you plenty of time to back up to this corner. Like, you had your roll still available, so you could have backed up to this corner and just walked over this way. Maybe he still, you know, uses his legs and chases after you, but it would have been a much better play than pushing in, trying to stick someone, and then using your roll to get back to right where you started. Yeah, his visor ran out by the time he even, you know, started running forward like that. So if you would have saved your roll... Okay, nice, back. Now on the tracer stuff. Also, very, very good skin choice. One of my personal favorites. One of everyone's personal favorites. Nice. Very good. Very, very good. You are looking through the walls to see where your team is situated at that very moment. And you're waiting for them to actually start to engage. Shooting your own teammate. Bit cringe in it. Okay. Good play. Bad execution. You realize that because, you know, Torbjorn just molten cored main, that this little cubby people are probably going to go into. So let's back up just a smidgen here. So, first of all, you shot your own teammate. Good, good, bad. Right here, bad. Don't walk in. Unless you are trying to get like a blink melee confirm kill and you want to get into distance, like in the right distance for it, don't walk in here. Walking in is the thing that forced your recall. Imagine if like you realize they were here and you just like, you played back a little bit because you know that Brig has bash and you just sat here, you shot a little bit, you know, back up, reload, shot a little bit. Oh, they're starting to walk on you. You start backing up, shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, Briggs 1 HP, blink melee. Soldier's trying to run away. Shoot, 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 shoot. Then you blink in because he's out here. Shoot, 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 shoot. Maybe he gets out. You don't want to blink again because, you know, the rest of the team is right here. So you shoot, 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 shoot. Soldier gets out. Blink back up here. And you just station again. You station right up here. Because up here is a very good spot for you. Because you can hug this corner right here. Get an off angle. And it's very easy to just blink over here and get back to where your team is. So the thing that forces your recall right here is you walking into this corridor. You should have just been playing back a little bit more and poking at them from a little bit of a distance. Because Brig is very, very scary to tracers. Very scary. Yeah. Yeah, your recall forced. Okay. As tracer, you can only really engage when you have your recall up. Because if you don't, and you got to 77 HP, you should have died there. 100% you should have died there. If this was a better team, you would be dead. But I like the pressure that you were applying to them. It's just you should not have tried and re-engage there without a recall. Okay. Okay. You didn't need that recall, but it's funny that you recalled right next to the soldier. So I'll give you style points, but you shouldn't have recalled there. I think you thought that you were going to fall off the map. You weren't going to, but you didn't need a recall there. Oh. Okay. I like you trying to go for the stationary Junkrat. The problem with it was... Let's back up a second. So, this is fine. You're just shooting that. You didn't reload. So, think about it like this. First of all, you're at half HP. Not what you want at all. Then you shoot 2 bullets because you forgot to reload. You get hit once by a brig, blink in, and you are incredibly lucky that you ended up sliding off this brig's head. Because if you didn't, look at what you just blinked into. This would have been hilarious, but awful. So honestly, just pushing... The thing I'm trying to get at is this is not a good target for the sole reason that he's out in the open, surrounded by his teammates, one of which is perfectly designed and built to screw you over. So, bad target at this moment. You could have just stayed up here, like up here on this little, position here where you're shooting the Reinhardt from, and shoot the brig as she tries to walk through. Maybe you like force a whip shot or something. Poke her a little bit more. Then she has to use her shield and, bash towards Tirana still. Then their Ryan has no support. So you could have done a lot more if you just held this position here instead of trying to blink in and trying to go for that Junkrat. While it is a quote-unquote free kill, it's not at this moment because he's surrounded by his teammates. And you were low on resources. Because ammo and health are both resources. So, you die solely because of that. Also, you engage without recall. Because if you had recall, you could have, used it there and you wouldn't have died. So, let's go on to next fight here. Back up a little bit. Okay. This is a minor nitpick. I would have went out right side because it puts you into a better position to fight than going out left side here, but... Okay, their brig is feeding her brains out. That's fine. Oh... Okay. Good play, but bad execution once more. So, you want to get inside of there so you can get behind them and shoot their honor, their Junkrat, their soldier, all that good jazz. Let's see what happens here. And you die. Now, you died with 2 blinks and a recall. Look. First of all, you're half HP, so you should already be playing a little bit more scared. And then you blink in. You just needed to blink again. Like, to just get inside the building. But because you don't, I think you stop, you try and look and shoot the Ana. You get hit by the Nano Ryan and you die again. So right here, you should have just double blinked into the building, stabilize a second, get your blinks back, and then push back out onto the Ana. Okay, let's back up a little bit here. Okay. Once again, going up left side. Okay. Good target prio. Oh, I would have just stuck that Junkrat right next to me. Okay. Things with pulse bombs, you want to look at targets as close as possible to you to throw them. That Ana was too far away. And then, did you need to recall here? Let's see. So, their brig is right there. Okay, you got hit once by the Ana, so I'm not going to fault you too much for recalling there. But now you need to be very, very passive because they have rally going on and you have no recall. And you didn't force anything out of this Ana. Nice. Good fallback. Nice cleanup on the Rhine. Okay. Honestly, you died there because it was a mismanagement of your abilities and it was not the right time to do it. So, you did it too early, and then they popped rally, so you were forced to disengage hard, and you, at that point, you've already used your pulse bomb, your recall, and like 2 blinks. So, just bad ability usage, really. And for pulse bombs, look to stick someone literally point blank. And then use your blink to close that distance if they're not already, you know, point blank to you. But your team is stalling. Yeah, your team's making it surprisingly winnable. Okay. This is hectic, but you're brawling right now against a team that is very, very good at brawling, so you need to be very careful here. You didn't need a recall, you got Suzu'd. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Okay, happens to the best of us. Okay, attack back on the Cassidy here. You guys have a Sigma now, which is very nice. I'm always a fan of Sigma. Honestly, your Cassidy plays seem very, very solid. It's more just about your positioning, which is par for the course with Cassidy, because Cassidy is pretty much all about crosshair placement and positioning. Okay. Your Brig kind of feeds. Brig should just save bash for when Reinhardt pins instead of, you know, trying to bash in. So, but you're not the Brig. I don't have to yell at you for that. Honestly, yeah, I don't know if there's much to go over with your Cassidy plays. It's, like I said, a lot of just positioning, because your target prior seems to be alright. Right now it's not. You're shooting at the Reinhardt a lot. Like, just don't shoot the Reinhardt forehead. Well, I would have liked to see you be aggressive here. Your team started walking in. You should have come over here and play by statue. Maybe take a couple pot shots over here. And then, you know, roll back to your team if you need to. But instead, let's see, they end up trying to push in. Your team pushes in, they push in, you get antied. Your junk gets a pick though, which is huge. But you guys get antied, so you're forced back out. So, honestly, this one's on your Sig. He walked in way, way too early. He walked in here trying to brawl way before you guys are even able to. Also, he should be really shielding main if he tries to do something like this, so he can stop the Ana from healing up their Rhine and doing exactly what happens here, and getting a fat anti-nade onto the Sigma. But yeah, this junk dead. Sigma and Mercy don't die. Okay. But let's go back over to you. You half HP. Okay. Not bad. Yep, shooting Brig, that's fine. Oh, I was about to say, that Ryan's about to pin you. I don't mind you ignoring the Ryan there, but you could have applied a little bit more pressure to him because he was swinging on your Lucio. If you just, like, fan the hammer, rolled backwards, and then went back to shooting over there, then I think it would have been a lot better. You might have been able to stall enough time to bail your Lucio out. But come back on Tracer here. Unfortunate. It happens. It's all good. But yeah, main thing, that round right there, your team just pushed at the wrong time, and you didn't take a good enough position to capitalize on your team's aggression. They compounded together to basically make it so you guys lost that fight. And you just got steamrolled after that. Okay, Tracer on defense. I like it. Positioning wise though, one of my favorite positions to take as Tracer this entire game is right up here inside of this hotel. If you play on top of here as Tracer, as they're trying to push through Troke, you could be here, you can, you know, shoot them from here, you can hop on top of a bus, shoot them from here, maybe go in for a blink melee finisher, or you can play up here, they're still walking, oh, they walk past Choke, that's fine. You wrap around here through a window, you can blink on top of here in case they're playing on top of statues still. Just getting this high ground vantage on the places where they're walking through is incredibly powerful. So just be looking to shoot them as they walk through here. They walk through here. They walk through here. Oh, they're walking a little bit past. Blink up onto here. Walking here. And then in this situation, maybe their honor is still main. So you notice that and you're like, okay, I'm going to drop. I'm going to duel their honor a little bit. Oh, no, my team is losing the front line. Blink over here. Hide by statue so the honor doesn't get you. Shoot here. Just basically creating off angles and disruption by playing in a very weird spot that's hard to quickly get to. That's why I like this huge like wraparound positioning on defense King's Row for Tracer. But playing up here isn't really that good because you in this position right now are not going to be able to do anything until they get onto the point, which is not what you want. You want to stop them from even thinking of getting to there. So you need to be up here looking to be a nuisance from the very beginning. Very bad positioning right now. Because you can jiggle peek by this statue. But right now, if you were up here, you would be you would be getting value like right now. As they're walking in, and then you can still blink over here and shoot them as they walk through, and then you'd be right back in this position that you're at right now. So it's a good position, but you're in it way too early. So it's just a lot of downtime that you are having right now. Okay, so that should have told you a few things. One, which you actually realized and you circled around, is that they're walking that side of statue, which means you don't want to be there. And two, they have a Sombra. Sombras can be really annoying as Tracer if you don't stop her hack. If you're not good with stopping the hack, then Tracer kind of just gets fucked by Sombra. So, good breaking LOS of that, but yeah, this is exactly why. Because now they can burn you down and force your recall. Not good. You blinked into a Reinhardt and a Junkrat. Two people you do not want to be close range with at all. I get you're trying to get away from like the Sombra and all them, but honestly, just blink through Hotel next time. Because you're probably going to die here, or you use your recall immediately. Okay, a little late on the recall, actually. But now you're right next to the Ana, who's not even looking at you. Okay. You should have stayed there and just stayed on the Ana. Because if you stay here by the Ana, right? The thing about you not having your recall doesn't really apply. Because you could sit right here at medium range and just shoot her, get like half her HP down, force the Brig to look at her, force her to use a nade on herself, stuff like that. And if you get body shot, boom. You blink into here, you blink into Hotel, you get the mini, and then you're right back on the Ana. But instead, you blink directly onto the middle of point, and the Ana gets to just roam free. So, you could have stayed in that position a lot longer. But you're helping with the Sombra, Peel. Okay. I like you trying to chase that Sombra, but you should have blinked in. You already in a bad position anyway, because you blinked into the center of point, but you should have blinked in to chase that Sombra instead of walking forward, because you made yourself an easy shot for the Junkrat. I don't know if it was Junkrat spam or if he actually like aimed at you, but regardless, bad. Okay. That's unfortunate. You got hit as soon as you got revived. Nice. Good target prior, realizing the Junkrat's low. Okay, nice try on the blink melee, but she wasn't low enough for it anyway. But yeah, honestly, positioning wise, look to just play those good corners more. I didn't really see you take many of them. For Tracer though, it's really all about engagement timing, ability usage, and a lot less about mechanics, like you said that you were struggling with. Like, obviously, no one's mechanics are perfect, but with Tracer, mechanics are only a very small part of what gives her value. It's more about, you know, realizing the good targets, which you do a lot. I'm very, very happy to see that. You have very good target priority. Noticing when to play aggressive, when to push in, stuff like that. Who on their team can actually stop you from pushing in. And then once again, just like looking where to position yourself with your blinks. But other than that, I'm very, very happy with what I saw, especially with your Cassidy. Your Cassidy is very clean, very crisp, and I think that it is, like you said, fairly solid. You just need to work on your positioning more. But anyway, that is all that I have for you guys today. Once again, if you would also like your VOD review by me, join the Discord server, link in the description below, and put your replay codes into the VOD review section. Other than that, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.